You've had a tough non-conference schedule, and how's that going to help you get ready for the league, the ODAC play?
Tough non-conference schedule, it's going to really help us be more aggressive towards the ODAC teams that might not be as aggressive as the non-ODAC teams. York was really aggressive, and then even some of our scrimmages, such as Patrick Henry Community College, they're a lot more aggressive than some of the ODAC teams that we might see. So it'll really help us prepare for being more aggressive. And
Saturday, you go back into ODAC play up at Bridgewater College. How do you see that contest?
Well, we're going to get the W for sure. We're looking to bring back a winning record and start the season off right.
Okay. Well, Tatum, we thank you very much for being on the show, and good luck with the rest of the 2012-13 women's basketball season. And we look for a great run through the ODAC.
Thank you
for being here. We'll be back in just a moment with Kwanzaa Mpanza on Mac and Bob's Maroons Tuesday Night Live.
Looking for great food and the big game in high def? Try the new menu items at All Sports Cafe, including thick and juicy burgers grilled to perfection, served with fries and your choice of any side item. All Sports Cafe, where the object is to score great food.
For information or schedules on Valley Vision TV programs, visit us on the internet at valleyvisiontv.com. Remember, you're watching the Valley's only true local network, Valley Vision TV, Comcast Channel 7.
Roanoke College Athletics would like to thank its corporate sponsors: Mac and Bob's, All Sports, Stop In Food Stores, Dairy Queen, Chick-fil-A, Service Master, and the Roanoke College Bookstore.
Welcome back to Maroons Tuesday Night Live here at Mac and Bob's, and we'd like to welcome Kwanzaa Mpanza to the show, men's basketball star. And in high school, you were the player of the year in your district. And what made you choose Roanoke College after that experience?
Roanoke definitely was one of the first schools to recruit me. So they stayed in touch with me throughout my whole senior season, and I just loved the whole coaching staff. When I came down to visit, the players were cool, so it was just the right fit for me.
And how did the team prepare in the preseason for this great 4-0 start that they're off to?
This preseason was actually one of the most rigorous preseasons we've had. We went through a couple of the Rebound, like the CrossFit type of workouts, so that I feel like really prepared us for the season that we're having right now.
And you've had a great first couple of weeks to your senior season with 34 points against Haverford at the Equinox tournament. Talk a little bit about how that's got you started and what you look for the remainder of the season.
It was definitely a good start. But what's most important was that we got the win and that we're 4-0, and I just hope that we continue to progress and win.
And you're a senior upperclassman on this basketball team. How do you see the dynamic of your whole team along with your teammates?
I definitely try to be a leader on and off the court, and throughout the games, just lead by example, if anything, and hopefully other players will take that into account and try to follow suit.
And tomorrow night, you get a chance to pull off a surprise down at Virginia Beach against Virginia Wesleyan in the first ODAC game of the season. They're ranked number 2 in the most recently released D3 poll. How do you see that contest?
We're definitely going to go out there and fight and play hard. And, they're ranked nationally and whatnot, but it's not something that we should be worried about. If we go out there and play our game, I feel like we could definitely come out with a victory, and that's what we plan on doing.
Okay. Well, Quancy, thank you very much for being on the show this evening, and good luck tomorrow night and the rest of the 2012-2013 men's basketball season. And success in the ODAC, and get an NCAA bid and see how far you can go there.
Yes,
we appreciate you being here.
Thank you.
And we'll be back with Maroons Tuesday Night Live at Mac and Bob's with women's basketball coach Susan Dunnigan.
Mac and Bob's opened for business in 1980. Over the years, we've grown from 10 stools to a full-service restaurant that seats 330 people. Now we invite you to come try our new breakfast menu, featuring sweet potato pancakes, eggs Benedict, omelets made to order, stuffed French toast, homemade sausage and gravy biscuits, and much more. Open for breakfast Monday through Saturday at 8 a.m., Sunday brunch 10 a.m. till 2. See you for breakfast at Mac and Bob's in Salem.
For information or schedules on Valley Vision TV programs, visit us on the internet at valleyvisiontv.com. Remember, you're watching the Valley's only true local network, Valley Vision TV, Comcast Channel 7. Be sure to catch Roanoke College sports on Valley Vision TV, Comcast Channel 7 in Roanoke, Salem, Botetourt, Lexington, and Blacksburg. Brought to you by Mac and Bob's, Main Street, Salem. For programming information or schedules, go to valleyvisiontv.com.
Tuesday Night Live here at Mac and Bob's, and we continue to get a blooper reel of Coach Dunnigan getting headphones on. That's why she's a basketball coach.
You're exactly right. I'm not proven to be able to put on headphones. It's okay now, Brett. Leave me alone.
You opened the season 1-4 with a very difficult non-conference schedule, and how has that prepared you for the ODACs?
Well, it's not quite the way I wanted to start out the season, but I think in the long run it's going to help us. These kids have learned every game. They've gotten better, and this is what our goals are. Just every game get better. Don't take steps backwards. And up to this point, we've had a couple of setbacks. I think our first game, it wasn't a good game. Our next two games, of course, the second game against York, that was tough. They were like 16th, and they're still moving up right now and in the nation. So they're a tough, big, physical team that, we hadn't been practicing against, we hadn't faced. And then we got North Carolina Wesleyan, which was a great test. And our kids just came out guns blazing and played extremely well. I was very proud of them. And then Salem proved to be another very physical team, very athletic team. We were able to, we played with them. It was just really tough because of our lack of height to keep them off the boards. And then last night against Christopher Newport, they're also ranked, if I'm not mistaken, but I don't know exactly where. But they're another tough team. But last night we played great defense. Our defense has gotten better, and you can tell we're starting to make strides to where we want to be.
You've spoken often about this being a very young team. How do you see the progression of the young team with practice starting October 15th through the first 5 games?
Oh, it's like night and day. And especially since our first game or our first scrimmage, you can see so much has taken place from the experience of the young kids to, starting to get a group out there that's starting to gel. And our defense has really improved.
Let's talk a little bit about these 7 freshmen in that class. Kelsey Smith right now is averaging 7.6 points per game, and Quilla Beckwith is averaging 4.6 rebounds a game. So
those guys, they are good, very positive surprises for us. Kelsey, I wasn't sure where she was going to be, when she first got here, but she's earned her starting position in the lineup, and she was nervous. She had early, and her confidence, we're trying to work on her confidence and keep that up, but she's really starting to play well, and she's doing things that I wasn't expecting her to do, like she's adding more to her game, like she's driving and she's hitting the pull-up jumpers, and she's getting on the floor for loose balls. She's doing a lot of very positive things. And Kia, she's come in. She's given us a spark coming off the bench. Good defender, really good defender. She's a great anticipator, which has helped us a lot, and she's been big on the boards also.
Now you're coming into a stretch that I don't know if you've had in your entire time here, which is 5 consecutive road games, as you don't have until another home game until after the new year.
Right.
You start at Bridgewater Cottage, which is in the league, and talk a little bit about this stretch.
Well, Bridgewater, we all know that Bridgewater have a great deal of respect for Jean and what she's done with her program. Right now, they've had some tough early opponents also. They're trying to find their way. So this will be a big game for both of us, and being up on their floor. They always have a great crowd, a lot of support, and it's a great rivalry. We'll be going after each other. She's got 2 really good guards coming back, a good freshman point guard. She's got 2 big girls inside, so they've got a good whole nucleus. But our kids are going to be ready. I'm looking forward to it. And
then on the following Tuesday, you also go up. I know all of the ODAC coaches in the league are your friends, but you're also going to see a couple of friends down at Ferrum next Tuesday.
Oh, yeah. Good old Karen, our first All-American, who's an assistant coach with her husband, Brian, who graduated from Roanoke also. And they've been playing Ferrum. Almost positive they're undefeated. They've only had maybe 3 games up to this point, but they're tough. They're going to be tough, and they beat EMU in our conference, beat them by something like 4 or 5, and they went up to DC, if I'm not mistaken, and they played really well up there. So yeah, we got our hands full.
And in D3, you get a holiday break, 2.5, 3 weeks. How do you tell your kids to deal with that and then come back strong in the new year?
Well, honestly, this year, our break isn't going to be that long. We're going to probably have maybe 10 days because we were playing right after exams, and they'll go home, and they've got to come back on the 29th. But, we want them to be able to get some rest, too. But we want them to get in the gym if they can, go to their high school gyms and play some, shoot some, keep their cardio, and hopefully get to the gym and lift. But, we just hope for the best when they come back. And in the past, they haven't failed us. They've come back ready to play. So these kids know what to do.
Well, we wish you luck with this new 5-game stretch, and we'll see how you can do on the road here.
All right.
Thanks for being on the show, and we'll be back with Maroons Tuesday Night Live at Mac and Bob's with men's basketball coach Paige Moyer.
Thank you.
I'm Shane Beamer.
And I'm Frank Beamer for Stop In Food Store.
Hey, Dad, I'm going to grab a hot dog. You want one?
Sure. Let me give you...
It's okay, Dad. I got this one.
This week at Stop In, get 2 all-beef hot dogs, only 99 cents.
Get some refreshment with a fountain drink.
Any size, just 99 cents. Plus, pay only 99 cents for any size coffee, tea, or icy. Now through Sunday only.
All Stop In locations have quality branded gasoline. So stop in and fill up today.
Shop where Dad and I shop.
Stop In Food Stores.
Roanoke College Athletics would like to thank its corporate sponsors: Mac and Bob's, All Sports, Stop In Food Stores, Dairy Queen, Chick-fil-A, Service Master, and the Roanoke College Bookstore.
Roanoke College. Timeless and true. Smart and solid. Practical and professional. Making discoveries about yesterday. Creating visions for tomorrow. Lifted by a winning college spirit. Forging lifetime friendships with professors who prepare you for a place at the head of an operating table or another bright future. Roanoke College. Classic for tomorrow.
Welcome back to Maroons Tuesday Night Live here at Mac and Bob's with men's basketball coach Paige Moyer. And, Coach, you've got a great start to your 100th season in Roanoke Maroons basketball. Talk a little bit about your first 4 games.
Well, we're very excited about what we've done thus far. Played 2 games on the road in a difficult tournament up in Philadelphia. Came back for Thanksgiving and had our V Foundation tournament and got all 4 wins. You can't start out any better than that. I'm excited about how the guys are playing. Of course, Quasi's gotten us off to a great start and hit a lot of big buckets for us. But we've had a lot of other guys who have contributed big moments, big plays, both on the defensive and offensive ends.
First time in 5 years you've been 4-0. Talk about the contributions of your other returners, Jordan Thakur, Andrew Daniels, Daniel Eco.
Well, those guys have all stepped up and played well. I think Daniel's one of the guys that sets the tone for us in the glass. He's really started out some games for us in a big fashion by just getting good low post scores early, which opens up the floor for everyone else. Behind him, Alex Weents played really, really well, too, at the post. They've been a really nice two-headed monster, I think, between those two and Matt Moats. On Friday, we got 31 points out of the post position, so that's been huge for us. But you brought up Andrew Daniels. It's just fun to watch him play out there. Plays with a lot of enthusiasm, a lot of excitement. Jordan Thakur, very solid returnee who's gotten better. I told him, I said, well, the difference from now and previous years, you're guarding people now. You're playing good defense, but very heady player, very smart player who can shoot the lights out. If he's open, he's going to hit the 3. Clay Lacey, Ethan Humphreys, still just very steady. I think they've contributed on both ends of the court. Both of them have. Ethan's a very solid defender, but has done a great job of coming in for Julian Ramirez at the point, pushing the ball for us. And Clay's been, one of our couple best rebounders, and he's been all over the glass. He's hit some threes and then proven that he can stretch the defense because he can do that. And, the freshmen have contributed. It's been an all-around team effort. And 16 good guys have really worked hard to get us where we are.
Well, you just mentioned the freshman Cameron Smith leading the team in rebound with 5.8 a game. So talk about the contributions of the 3 freshmen you brought in.
Well, I think Cameron's the one that's getting the most minutes, but Seth Bradley and Matt Moats are going to be fine players for us. We're really excited about all 3 freshmen. Matt's gotten a little bit of time in the post, and he's got good hands, good feet. He's a good athlete, and being a big kid, he's got a chance to really become special. Seth Bradley is not. The fans haven't had a chance to see him play a lot, but Seth got a beautiful left-handed touch, really heady, high IQ for the game, and his playing time is going to come. I think he's going to be a fantastic player, and Cameron's a guy that's just really stepped in and made an instant impact. He plays with as much enthusiasm and effort as any kid I've been around in a long time. He's really helped set the tone for how we practice and how we play every day.
And you got a big challenge tomorrow night, number 2 Virginia Wesleyan down at the Batten Center with your friend Dave Macedo and his squad. What do you look for in that challenge?
Well, they're number 1 or 2 in the country, depending on what poll you're looking at, and deservedly so. They returned 4 starters from a team that was in the Elite 8 and got beaten in the Elite 8 with their second-best three-point shooter out with a torn knee. He tore it in the Sweet 16 game, Chris Astorga. Those guys are all back. They're healthy. They're off to a 3-0 start. They look to be just as strong as they were, which is going to make them a top 5 team most of the season. But we're looking forward to going down and taking our shot at them. They're good, but we think we're good. And this is an opportunity to really prove yourself, and we're ready to roll.
And you come back Saturday at home, a big day on the college campus of the cheerleaders and the pep band and everybody, the spirit situation. I know you want a big crowd, and you're going to be taking on Eastern Mennonite, who's been built up over the years by Coach Kirby Dean. So talk about what you see with that challenge.
Well, Kirby had a top 15 team for 2 years, and then last year they graduated all those kids, and they somewhat started over, but they started over with the same type players that got them, that they built into a top 15 team. He's got some very good returnees, led by Andrew Thone, his big man, is one of the best big men we'll face all year. He's got a variety of perimeter people who are, they play hard, they're athletic, they run and gun. It's fun when we play them because it's up and down, and we're going up and down. We're averaging a lot of points this year as well, but EMU pushes the ball as well as anybody in the league, so the fans are going to see a lot of up-tempo basketball, which is really a fun way to watch.
And Paige, it's been nice to have you on the show this week. And we wish you luck until we see you again on December 11th, and wish you luck with the entire 2012-13 season. And Richmond Bramlett's going to be back with assistant men's basketball coach Michael Strickland. This is Maroons Tuesday Night Live at Mac and Bob's.
Join the team and support Roanoke College student athletes. As a Maroon Club member, you can support the young men and women who represent the college on its athletic teams, in its intramurals, and on club sports. You'll get athletic and recreational team news straight from the coaches, be invited in club events, and receive an official Maroon Club decal. For more information, visit www.roanoke.edu/Maroon Club and become a member of the Maroon Club today.
Looking for great food and the big game in high def? Try the new menu items at All Sports Cafe, including thick and juicy burgers grilled to perfection, served with fries and your choice of any side item. All Sports Cafe, where the object is to score great food.
Something I discovered in myself is that if I have a goal, then I can accomplish it.
It's a well-rounded experience.
At a Division III school, you're primarily a student athlete, so the school is really shaped around you developing yourself as a complete individual.
It helps a lot score! Have a family with your team that can guide you.
Mac and Bob's opened for business in 1980. Over the years, we've grown from 10 stools to a full-service restaurant that seats 330 people. Now we invite you to come try our new breakfast menu, featuring sweet potato pancakes, eggs Benedict, omelets made to order, stuffed French toast, homemade sausage and gravy biscuits, and much more. Open for breakfast Monday through Saturday at 8 a.m., Sunday brunch 10 a.m. till 2. See you for breakfast at Mac and Bob's in Salem.
Be sure to catch Roanoke College sports on Valley Vision TV, Comcast Channel 7 in Roanoke, Salem, Botetourt, Lexington, and Blacksburg. Brought to you by Mac and Bob's, Main Street, Salem. For programming information or schedules, go to valleyvisiontv.com.
And we're back here at Mac and Bob's with men's basketball assistant coach Michael Strickland. Coach Strickland, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
First time on the show, first year with the program. Definitely glad to have you here. Now, can you talk a little bit just about your road to becoming a coach here at Roanoke College?
Yeah, definitely. I think Coach Moyer is the only reason why I'm here. I played against him at Randolph-Macon for 4 years, and my dad knows him for numerous years in the profession, and when the job came open, he called me, and I was here the next day.
Now, where had you been a coach previous to this?
I was at 2 high schools in Virginia, Benedictine College Prep in Richmond, and then Gonzaga College High School in Washington, D.C. And then I was actually at Catholic University this summer, working there as assistant coach, but couldn't pass up getting back in the ODAC and working for a guy like Coach Moyer with all his connections and years of experience.
Now, you come in the coaching position. Kind of right off the bat with a lot of responsibilities. Can you talk a little bit about what your job entails for those watching at home who don't really know what it really takes to be an assistant coach, especially at the Division III level? There's a lot of things going on.
Definitely. There's no job too big or too small. Whatever Paige needs me to do, whatever the athletic director needs me to do, I can do it and happy to do it. But basically, I do the player development, recruiting, film exchange, and anything in between. Mop the floors and pick up pregame meals. So there's no job too small, like I said.
Now you also help out with the JV team.
Yep, JV head coach, which is good because it gives me some head coaching opportunity.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we have a few guys that we're developing, and hopefully they can help us out in varsity one day.
Now coming in again with your first year here at Roanoke College, 4-0 start, not a bad way to start out your first year of the program. What is it about this squad specifically early in the season that's made them successful, having their best start since the 2007-2008 season?
I think senior leadership has been huge. Quasi's been playing great for us in the senior role. He really leads by example. And then also Jordan Thakur's a senior who starts for us, who we didn't think would start right away, and he proved it early on. But they really lead by example, and they play so hard, and there's really a team unity. And we haven't played a great game yet. We've had a few good halves, but we really play together, and they find a way to win, which is why we're 4-0.
I was talking to Julian Ramirez at the start of the season, and he just seemed so excited about the season, so ready. And he said basically that everybody on the team is just excited and ready to go and ready to build a season that is successful and to run with it.
Definitely. I talked to a lot of them, and they all say the same thing. They wanted to play against more competition, not just in practice. So they were excited for the first game, and they like playing in a tough conference. They like playing in close games, and they're all excited. And Julian's playing great, and I think part of that because he's ready to have a good year.
Now the team's getting ready to head off to Virginia Wesleyan tomorrow to open up the ODAC season. What has the team done this week to really prepare for a certainly tough ODAC schedule that lies ahead for the Maroons?
Well, we practice and we prepare for our games, just like, very cut and dry, preparing for them. For this game particularly, we've done things, try to envision their style of play in practice. But for the main part, we're worried about what we do and how we do it. And the ODAC's a great conference, and all throughout, it's very competitive. So we try to compete every day in practice and make practices harder and tougher, so the games are easier.
And again, you said you played in the ODAC, so just how hard is the ODAC to really be a part of to stay competitive?
Exactly. And when you say stay, that's the most important word, because you can win 4 games, 5 games, and lose 7 in a row in the ODAC. The ODAC, if you're a good team, you're going to get your best shot every night from every team in the ODAC. If you're a middle team, you're going to be competitive every game. But throughout the history of the ODAC, they've always been their top tier teams, and then the teams that are right there that want to beat the top tier teams. And I think it's the best conference in the country.
Well, it's definitely, especially at the conference tournament at the end of the year, it's always it's always portrayed as one of the top conference tournaments, and it's always put on so well. And looking forward to see the Maroons back there at the end of the year.
So are we.
Strickland.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for being on the show. We'll be back in just one moment with Dave Sampson and Workhorse of the Week. Stay with us.
Looking for great food and the big game in high def? Try the new menu items at All Sports Cafe, including thick and juicy burgers grilled to perfection, served with fries and your choice of any side item. All Sports Cafe, where the object is to score great food.
I'm Shane Beamer.
And I'm Frank Beamer for Stop In Food Store.
Hey, Dad, I'm going to grab a hot dog. You want one?
Sure. Let me give you...
It's okay, Dad. I got this one.
This week at Stop In, get 2 all-beef hot dogs, only 99 cents.
Get some refreshment with a fountain drink.
Any size, just 99 cents. Plus, pay only 99 cents for any size coffee, tea, or icy. Now through Sunday only.
All Stop In locations have quality branded gasoline. So stop in and fill up today.
Shop where Dad and I shop.
Stop In Food Stores.
Roanoke College Athletics would like to thank its corporate sponsors: Mac and Bob's, All Sports, Stop In Food Stores, Dairy Queen, Chick-fil-A, Service Master, and the Roanoke College Bookstore.
We are back here with Dave Sampson, with everyone's favorite workhorse of the week.
Absolutely, good to be back.
Especially after last week, a lot of talk about the program.
Yeah, a ton. I think that's attributed to a small little addition we had to the program. Obviously, well received. Hopefully, we continue that.
We have added something else tonight as well, so we'll get to that. But first, let's get down to the brass tacks and get on to workhorse of the week. We're going to start with the women.
The women, we got some really good nominees this week. Let's start off with Anna Carter, a freshman, also a soccer player for the Lady Maroons this year. I've watched her in practice, seen a number of their games this year. She's kind of your go-to blue-collar player who comes in off the bench, and I liken her to the kind of person who takes the charge, is on the floor after loose balls, getting the floorboards. She pretty much just does the dirty work and is a go-to player when you need a defensive stop. She's like what Michael Jordan used to refer to as the glove. She shuts your water off. So that's what gets Anna up there. Next up, Hannah Ward, also affectionately known as Draw. Ward spelled backwards. Play on words there for those of you who aren't aware of that. Hannah's battled through some preseason and early season injuries. She's still getting some quality minutes and really gone the extra mile to do the work in the training room and the weight room to get back healthy again. She's probably not quite at 100% yet, but pretty daggone close. And she's done a great job for the Lady Maroon basketball team, so that's why she's up there.
You should actually call her Hannah spelled backwards.
Yeah, I noticed that today when I was putting together the list. I typed that in. I'm like, you know what? Hannah spelled backwards is still Hannah. That's odd. You should say that. I didn't want to bring that up because I didn't want to get pigeonholed by saying it's maybe a smart guy comes up with that. I didn't think people would believe that I did come up with that on my own, but I did. I'm here to tell you that. Of course, you're not going to believe me since you were the one that brought it up, but anyway.
Hey, that's what I'm here for.
Let's move on to the next young lady, Quilla Beckwith, who I've watched her play pick up with the guys, pick up with the girls. She's a tenacious defender, what I refer to as a pest on the court. She gets probably a couple fouls a game that some of the other girls that don't typically get, but she does that through hard, intense play, aggressive defense, and I can speak for Coach Dunnigan. She doesn't have a problem with that because she's hustling, she's playing like her hair's on fire, and she's trying to do the right thing. And I love watching her play. So I'm really proud of her, and she's done a phenomenal job in the games and in practices I've seen her. The ever popular Paxton Gwynn is up there. She is a mainstay in the middle, not naturally a 5 player, but she gets in there, and she's up there because she does what Coach Dunnigan asked her to do. If she needs her to play 5, she plays 5. She needs her to play 4, she plays 4. She needs her out facing up the basket, maybe a 3 guard, then Paxton does that. And she does all of it pretty daggone good, considering the fact she's never really played with her back to the basket until she got here. So Paxton's in there. Any feedback from you? I know you saw the game last night. You were courtside at the table in my spot.
I was.
So how do you feel about my nominees this week for the lady basketball team?
I don't really think you could have gone wrong with any of the picks. I think, especially watching them on the floor.
Yeah,
they're all playing as hard as they can possibly
play. They play hard. The effort's certainly there, and the work they've done preseason and early in the season is certainly going to pay off for them. Down the road, come conference time and tournament time.
Absolutely.
They've got a couple losses than they would care to, but they're against tough teams.
Yeah.
And when it comes down to the end of the season and tournament time, I think that's going to pay off for them. So that said, my winner tonight is the lovely Quilla Beckwith for the job that she does on the court and absolutely getting after it. As soon as she steps on the court, something is going to happen. It may be a foul, maybe a turnover, maybe a steal, maybe a 3-pointer, maybe a breakaway layup. But she makes things happen when she gets on the court.
First-time nominee, first-time winner.
It is.
Can't beat that.
No, not at all. She's batting 1,000. Good job, Quilla.
Keep it up. Moving on to the men.
The men, I've yet to see them play live because I was away for the holidays for Thanksgiving.
Well, if you don't catch them December 1st, you're not going to see them live until
quite some time.
January 1st.
Till 2013.
That's right.
My nominees, we've talked about this first guy out of North Carolina, Cameron Smith. I don't know, little known fact. I'm going to throw this out for you. Cameron is named after Cameron Indoor Stadium.
I did not know that.
Now you do. Thought I'd throw it out there since you brought up the whole Hannah spelled backwards is still Hannah thing. But I'm paying attention to things. So Cameron is he's kind of feeling his way through the NCAA ranks, and I talked to him a little bit today and some last week before the break. He's coming to realize that the college game is a little bit faster and it's a different game than what he's used to, even though he comes from a very, very good high school program. And if you check the box scores on Cam, he's getting some quality rebounds. He's starting to get into the point column. And if you watch him in practice, he's on the floor. The kid goes hard no matter what he's doing. If coach tells him to get water, Cam's the first guy at the water. So, you got to respect that, and that's why he's up there. My next guy, ever popular, Clay Lacey, who is, I can say Cameron's kind of cut out of the same mold as Clay is. They're both workers. They're not flashy. They're not going to go for 20 in a game. they're probably not the guy you want. You're going to design your game-winning play around at the end of the game. They do the dirty work. They get the offensive, the defensive rebounds, the loose balls. They tie up the jump balls inside, so that's why Clay is up there. My next guy, Jordan Thakur, is I liken him to what the Marine Corps refers to as a Mustang, the guy who enlists as a private and makes it all the way to the officer rank. Jordan has come up through the JV ranks. He rarely I don't think he saw a ton, if any, varsity time last year, maybe a couple sparing mop-up minutes. But he stepped up, and he's one of Coach Moyer's go-to guys as far as handling the ball, dishing out assists, hitting some key jump shots, and he plays great defense too. So, I'm a big fan of Jordan. I think he's paid his dues, and he's getting some well-deserved playing time on the court. So that's why Jordan's up there. Two other guys. I got some long lists because I only had two teams to deal with. A young man who was on early tonight, Quasi Ampansai. He's I can't say enough good things about Quaz. I saw him over there absolutely punishing a Boston zone, I think. I don't know if he ate it or if it fell on the floor, but I saw the server bring it to him, and it was gone like 10 seconds later. So, I need to talk to Coach Moore. We got to feed that guy more.
It is good. I will say from experience, don't eat one 10 minutes before the show starts.
Bad?
Well, if you eat a whole Boston zone before the show starts, it's not a good thing.
Some digestional issues?
It's hard to talk. It's hard to talk.
Okay. But Quasi, it's been a joy to watch him play for the past 3 years. Congrats on his ODAC Player of the Week. It's good to see that, back where that belongs here in Salem. And Quasi he's another guy who goes hard every day, day in and day out at practice, as well as the game. And he is the guy who you want to design your play around, who's going to take the game-winning three-pointer, two-pointer, layup, whatever, at the end of the game. He's the guy who not only we want to see the ball in his hands, but to go a little step further, he commands the ball when the game's on the line. And I think that's a lot about what the workhorse is all about. He does the dirty work, and he puts the team on his shoulders and carries them around. So I'm really proud of him, and I'm glad to see that good things are happening for those guys, especially Quaz. My last, certainly not least, finally healthy, young Andrew Daniels. Congrats on his all-tournament team up in Philly. Quite an accomplishment for a guy who wasn't even in the starting lineup. Andrew battled some ridiculously tough injuries last year, and it just does my heart good to see him back healthy, playing hard, and getting the job done on the court this year. So that's why Andrew's up there. He pretty much staved off every lower extremity injury known to mankind last year, and he's back doing some good things for the Maroon basketball team. So that's 5 nominees. You have any feedback, anything you want to add to
I don't think I can add anything
to it.
I don't think I can add anything to that.
This is probably one of my tougher decisions in quite some time. All the guys are certainly well deserving, and I'm going to go to the lone ginger on the team, Jordan Thakur. I wish he'd do something with his hair. He's kind of like in between shaving it and trying to grow it out. It bothers me. He's, if you're going to be a good basketball player and get some time, he's got to get better hair than that. It's not good. It doesn't look dry, and it doesn't look good sweated up.
Reed, did we add the all comments by Dave Sampson are not necessarily views of? We have a disclaimer at the beginning of the show.
So I got to stay on target. Is that what you're saying?
No, we're just not going to take responsibility for what you say.
Doing something about his hair?
Yeah.
Well, I'm just stating a fact.
That's true. That's fair enough.
It's a fact. You can look it up.
All right. Well, again, another winner there, and so congratulations. Go see Dave Sampson for your shirt. All right, now we were talking about Marquia being batting 1,000. We brought in a new segment last week.
Okay, yep,
to add
we did.
To this segment.
We did. The crazy antler umpire was quite a hit, I understand. Why wouldn't it be?
And now
it should have been.
Now we are in basketball season. We have a basketball clip.
I try to keep it within the season in the spirit of the game, even though we were baseball last week. I felt that particular film clip could not go without some kind of.
I agree. We're just gonna go with it. You can talk your way through it.
I watched this a couple weeks ago. It reminds me of a graduate we had here at Roanoke a couple years ago who I understand is playing over in the Middle East now. If that right there is not Adam Kessler, I don't know what is. Kessler's, worked hard, played hard, but he wasn't the sharpest tool in the shed.
C'est pas ce qu'a essayé Winkin dans son propre panier.
Unfortunately, the video clip is not in English.
Dans son propre panier.
I don't speak the language that they're communicating in. But this, I gotta be honest with you, what in the world is this clown thinking about? He repeatedly fires at the wrong basket. Obviously, it's not a foul if you hack your own man, because he got hammered there at the end. On the third missed layup, his own man hammered him. So I think that we should have put him maybe on the opponent's foul line, for that matter. That's the basket we're shooting at. But I know that's not quite as funny as our last week's clip, but I'm going to dig deep, and I'm going to come up with a gut buster for next week.
It was still good. Our technical director, Reed, asked what we're going to call the segment. We're going to work on that in 2 weeks, and we'll get back to you on that. It's still Workhorse of the Week.
We call it the Joker of the Week, the Joker of the Week film clip, or whatever you want to call it, because it's.
We'll get back to you on that.
We'll back.
So we'll be back in just one moment, Dave Sampson.
Thanks for having me, Richmond.
Always a pleasure. We'll be back in just one moment as Brett and I close the show. Stay with us.
Looking for great food and the big game in high def? Try the new menu items at All Sports Cafe, including thick and juicy burgers grilled to perfection, served with fries and your choice of any side item. All Sports Cafe, where the object is to score great food.
I'm Shane Beamer.
And I'm Frank Beamer for Stop In Food Stores.
Hey, Dad, I'm going to grab a hot dog. You want one?
Sure. Let me give you...
It's okay, Dad. I got this one.
This week at Stop In, get 2 all-beef hot dogs, only 99 cents.
Get some refreshment with a fountain drink.
Any size, just 99 cents. Plus, pay only 99 cents for any size coffee, tea, or icy. Now through Sunday only.
All Stop In locations have quality branded gasoline. So stop in and fill up today.
Shop where Dad and I shop.
Stop In Food Stores.
Roanoke College. Timeless and true. Smart and solid. Practical and professional. Making discoveries about yesterday. Creating visions for tomorrow. Lifted by a winning college spirit. Forging lifetime friendships with professors who prepare you for a place at the head of an operating table or another bright future. Roanoke College. Classic for tomorrow.
I did receive a non-athletic scholarship upon entering school.
I got the presidential scholarship, which was huge for me.
Back here at Mac and Bob's as we get ready to close the show. As we always do, let's look ahead at the games coming up here in the next week.
Men's basketball team is back in action tomorrow. They open ODAC play at Virginia Beach against Virginia Wesleyan. The contest is a 7 p.m. start. And on Saturday, December 1st, the women's basketball team returns to ODAC action as they face Bridgewater up at Bridgewater with a 1 p.m. tip-off. For the men, they'll take on Eastern Mennonite University at the Bass Center at 2 p.m. on Saturday. The men's and women's track teams will also have their first meet on December 1st in the Liberty University kickoff meet.
And in our next show, which will be December obviously Tuesday, but December 11th, we'll recap the end of the first semester here at Roanoke College. We will have coaches Dunnigan and Moyer back on, as well as their players Laurel Hankins and Jordan Thacker. Also on the show will be Scott Allison, Paul Dotson, class of 64, and Ken Belton, class of 81. Again, for everybody here at Roanoke College and for Brett Pelletier, I'm Richmond Bramlett. Thanks for joining us.
Roanoke College Athletics would like to thank its corporate sponsors: Mac and Bob's, All Sports, Stop In Food Stores, Dairy Queen, Chick-fil-A, Service Master, and the Roanoke College Bookstore.